Function. Cassie speaks widely and contributes to a regular column, Real Talk with Dietitian Cassie, in Paleo Magazine. You can find her at cassie.net. Always a pleasure. How are you doing today, Cassie?
Great. Happy New Year.
Did we wear you out with the
I was dancing on my treadmill desk over here.
Well, there you go.
Nice.
Good. I love it. I love it. And that's what life is all about, enjoying little moments like that, for sure. So today we're talking about top 5 tips for setting and keeping your New Year's resolution. So how many people vow to make some sort of resolution for the new year, Cassie?
1 in 3 Americans, they vow to make some sort of change in their life, but most of them fail or they just totally forget about it by the end of the month.
Yeah.
And, I love the new year. I love a fresh start, a clean slate. But I think the obvious thing is that making resolutions is easy. We all have like these big, great ideas and goals, and I love that. But then the problem is sticking to them can be super tricky, and 1 in 3 people fail.
So why do they fail? Why is the failure rate so high? What do you think?
I think for a few reasons. I think that, first of all, I think we need to be really honest with ourselves about what we're capable of and make really realistic goals. And I think it's great to shoot for the moon, and then even if you miss, you'll land among the stars. I love that quote. Yeah. But I think that we have to be really honest and super clear about where we are right now and then where we want to be and what we're actually willing to do to get there. Mm-hmm. Because we see this with our weight loss clients all the time. They'll say I really, really want to lose this 20 pounds. It's going to make my life so much better. But then when it comes down to it, they're not willing to give up that glass of red wine every night, or they're not willing to actually change the way that they're eating, or they're not willing to work out for a few minutes every day. And so I think it's just important to say, okay, here's what I want, and how bad do I want it? And just be really honest with yourself when you're setting your goals. You made me think of that old saying, the road to hell is paved with good intentions. Because people have good intentions. I know I did. It's good. My New Year's resolution is to not drink so much. Okay. Or Avi did. Avi's cutting it out for 45 days. She was jonesing for a beer last night. Really, really bad.
Real bad, you guys.
And so what do you say to her? What do you say to her how to keep her strong for 45 days?
Well, I think the other thing is making them really specific. So instead of not drinking so much, I think that's a great resolution. But, what does that look like? Is that drinking 1 less glass of wine every night? Is it committing to only going to happy hour once a week? Making that super specific so we know exactly what we're aiming for.
Oh, see, I'm just cutting it out cold turkey.
Cold turkey, yeah.
So that's me. So that's really easy. That's really specific.
Real specific.
Not easy, but I think sometimes when things are black and white, it can actually be easier. I think sometimes when there's a gray area, we tend to kind of push the limits and see what we can get away with. So while I don't know if that's going to be easy for you, I think it's so nice that it's just a solid, not going to do that for 45 days. Yeah. I love that.
Yeah, no, I think it is easier to just, like you said, cold turkey is easier. The first day, the second day is a little difficult.
Day 4, I'm going strong.
Day 4, you're going strong. Hey, that's 4 more days than me.
Yeah, that's amazing. Okay, I love that.
So what are your top 5 tips?
Okay, so number 1, I think, is be really honest with yourself. I've already been mentioning that. Be really honest with yourself about, are you willing to do the work to get where you want to be? So identify what you want to change, and then ask yourself if you're actually willing to do the things it's going to take. And then I think, writing down your goals and making sure they're realistic is the second part. So grab a pen and a piece of paper, old school style, jot them down. And then after you write each one, I think it's really important to determine if it's realistic. And if you hesitate or answer no, then break it down into a smaller goal until you can actually visualize each step and achieving each step. So, for our clients who are I want to eat healthier, what does that look like?
Yeah.
Is it having healthy meals and snacks ready to go? And how do you do that? Is it meal prepping on Sunday? Is it going to the grocery store right after church in the morning? Or make it super specific so that you know exactly what you're doing. Because if we just say weight loss or eat healthier, it's a great goal, but it's really important to break it down to make it more achievable.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to ask you, Shawn, do you have any New Year's resolutions?
Better self-care.
Better self-care?
Okay. I work probably 80 hours a week, and I travel a ton, and I tell people how to do all these healthy things, but because I work so much,
I know
I don't do them well enough myself.
Yeah, no, I'm right there with you, so I get it. Is it good to have a buddy, a partner to to help you? Accountability, because I was reading in Mental Floss, 10 scientifically proven ways to stick to your New Year's resolutions, and it says to quit smoking, don't go go at it alone, to have a buddy.
Yeah, that's one of my tips is to get accountability. Tell a friend or a coworker or a coach. Accountability is a real thing. You're definitely more likely to keep those resolutions if you stated it out loud to someone else. So I think that's like one of the next steps right after you set your goals. It makes them more real by stating them out loud to another human.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to say out loud right now, I'm going to try to drink less.
Come on, let's do it.
But you need some
I don't know if I
specificity
can commit.
there.
Do it with me.
I need to get more.
What is less?
Oh
mean?
my gosh,
And
all
what does
this
it
pressure.
Look like?
And I'm going to stop
Right,
swearing
Cassie?
so much. Damn it.
Oh Lord.
And I would also say, instead of saying you're going to try, just say I'm going to drink less.
Okay, I will drink less, Bernadette.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love that. So then, Bernadette, I think the other thing we've got to do is plan ahead for setbacks. So what happens when you're, out with friends and there is a lot of alcohol and you're wanting to drink less?
Yeah.
Like, what happens in that situation?
Yeah.
I think a really important part is, thinking about the things that are going to come up, because they will, especially in the next, 360 days, right?
Well, so that poses a great question, actually. So is it okay, instead of putting all that pressure on you, that sometimes that pressure in itself will make you want it more, to say, okay, I've got this big party, and yes, I do want to continue to execute the 45 days, but you know what? I'm going to have one margarita at this party, and I'm not going to shame myself. I'm going to get back on track tomorrow. Is that okay?
I totally think it is. I actually love that approach. I think sometimes when we tell ourselves to just cut everything out completely, we want to rebel. Like, we want to break the rules.
Yeah.
And that's actually why my weight loss coaching program is called Rule Breakers, because so many of us have done that before. We've tried to just be really good, quote unquote, and then we end up just being really bad because we don't want to follow the rules. So I love that. I think that works for dieting as well. Instead of saying, I'm never, ever going to have my favorite dessert, just tell yourself you can have it, but maybe I'm just going to have it once a week. And then you know that it's coming and you can look forward to it. And it's not like this thing that's totally off limits, because we always want what we can't have.
Diamond and I were actually at Whole Foods. We met so I could this is before we opened up for the year, get some notes and just talk, have a little business meeting. And I was in Whole Foods, and all I wanted was carbohydrates. It was so bad. We were walking through the bakery aisle, and Diamond and I were like going, look at that. Bread. And it's like, it's the new year. You're not supposed to be doing that. But here I am, like, just sitting there craving every pastry I could get my eyes on. It was terrible. But so what do you do in a circumstance like that? You just, give yourself forgiveness, like kind of what we're talking about, and say it's okay. Because if you say can't have it, because I did end up buying some cookies. And
I think that usually when we crave, sugar or carbohydrates, it's for one of two reasons. Either we have made them totally off limits, so it's like the whole rule breaking thing. We want something we can't have, or our blood sugar levels are low enough where your brain sees the sugar, and your brain is really smart, and it's like, SOS, I need sugar because my blood sugar levels are too low. Well, so what you can do to keep your blood sugar stable is just make sure you're eating like protein and fat right before you go to the grocery store, right before you go to that party where there's going to be all the temptation sitting out there. And if you're full, if you're actually satisfied, you just don't crave carbs and sugar as much as you normally do.
Well, and I think when you're not stressed too, it is. But stress. Okay, so you guys stress.
Yeah.
Okay, so I wanted some endorphins. I had a very stressful couple of days right after the new year, and so I was really, really craving some carbohydrates to give me that serotonin or whatever it is. You guys are the dietitians. What is it that gets released in my brain when I eat a cookie? Dopamine. Okay, I wanted some dopamine.
Yeah,
okay.
But also with stress, cortisol is your stress hormone. So when you're stressed out, your body releases cortisol, and cortisol actually increases your blood sugar levels.
Well, there you go.
Eating any differently. And then when your blood sugar levels drop, because anything that goes up must come down, you crave sugar. Yeah. So that's why when we're stressed out, we actually do crave more carbohydrates and more sugar. It's not just something in our head. Like, that's actually a reality. And that's why when you're stressed out, it's really extra important to eat more protein. Your brain actually needs more protein when you're stressed out. And that's going to help you not crave all the sugar and carbs.
Interesting. I'm glad we talked about that. That's a really good piece of information. Don't you think?
No, it was
Absolutely.
Amazing advice.
Yeah. Well, Cassie, it's always great to have you on the air. Anything else you want to let our listeners know before we go to break?
I think just the last thing is get rid of the junk. Like, out of sight, out of mind.
Yeah.
The holidays are legitimately over now. It's time to get rid of like all the sugary treats and sweets and cookies. I know for myself and for a lot of our clients, if it's there, it's going to tempt us, and eventually we're probably going to eat it. So just don't do that to yourself. Be nice to yourself. Set yourself up for success, and just toss or donate all.
That means get rid of the booze.
Get rid
Bernadette,
of
too.
Okay,
and the cookies.
And the cookies. And get rid of the stress. Yeah. So I did buy a 5-pound bag of Bazzini pistachio nuts that I've been nibbling on. Is that good?
Perfect. So keep those around. Yeah, keep those around. Good, healthy fat. That'll keep you full and keep your brain focused, too. Yeah,
Always a pleasure to have you on the show, Cassie. Thank you so much.
Bernadette. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you, too. Everyone, stay tuned. We've got Jeff Weitzman coming up. We're going to be talking about the documentary Flipping the Script, as in prescription. Stay tuned. You're listening to One Life Radio.
Hi, this is Vaughn Eaglin. As a licensed professional counselor and supervisor, I spend my career helping people cope with emotional problems. But today, I want to talk to you about nutrition. People ask me all the time for nutrition and weight loss advice, and I always find myself recommending a raw vegan protein, a food supplement called Warrior Blend by Sun Warrior. I wasn't always active and fit. In fact, I was very overweight as a child, and as a counselor, I must emphasize the importance of the mind-body connection. A clean body helps with a clean mind. Start today with Sun Warrior Blend Raw Vegan Protein. For more information, go to sunwarrior.com and start living clean today.
Wellbeing Journal is a remarkable bi-monthly health publication esteemed by intelligent readers worldwide. It's available in print or digital, single issues or subscription. Its focus is on living a happy, healthy life and preventing or healing illnesses naturally. Preventing or healing cancer, arthritis, cardiovascular conditions, and digestive issues, as well as nutritional solutions for optimal health, are regular subjects. Learn more at wellbeingjournal.com.
Hi, I'm Bob Barker. This is my friend Benny. Before you buy cosmetics, personal care, or household products, you be sure they have not been tested on animals. Everything from floor cleaner to shampoo is poured into animals' eyes and down their throats. They suffer intensely. Some even go blind. The price is never right for products tested on animals. Visit PETA.org for a list of cruelty-free companies.
Whoever said you can't poop in style? The Curve is a sleeker version of the original Squatty Potty stool that will look fabulous in any bathroom. Choose from pink, black, gray, or white. Its minimalist design is sure to please the eye while staying durable and built to last. Go to squattypotty.com/onelife for 15% off your entire purchase. Poop-oop-be-doo.
Hello, I'm Allie McGraw for People for the Ethical Treatment of Animals. Our animal companions rely on us, especially during a natural disaster. If you're forced to evacuate your home, do not leave your animals behind. Visit helpinganimals.com.
I'm driving 85 in the kind of...
Welcome back to One Life Radio. This is Bernadette with Diamond Gray, Shawn Wells, and I have Jeff Weitzman on the line. He is the writer, producer, and director of the new film, Flipping the Script, a documentary about getting children with cancer off long-term chemotherapy. It is a follow-up to last year's award-winning film, Cancer Can Be Killed, which has been seen over 100,000 times on Amazon Prime Videos. Jeff's past work has included work as an actor, songwriter, and with a band, and as a band, and as a writer. You can find him at cancercanbekilled.com. Always a pleasure to have you on the show. Jeff Weitzman, welcome back to One Life Radio.
Hey, great to be here.
Well, you know, I had no idea, Jeff, I have to tell you, that this was going on in our society. So let's just talk about this. What can you explain? I'm trying to think. I want to just start with, what inspired you to make the film Flipping the Script, but this is so unbelievable to me that this is even going on in our society. So maybe you want to, I guess, start with that. What inspired you?
Yeah, so let's start with what is going on.
Well, yeah, exactly.
Children who have leukemia or lymphoma are treated with chemotherapy, and they go into remission for their cancer within 45 days. And the parents are all excited. They're like, yay, our child no longer has cancer. That's so wonderful. And then the doctors drop the bomb on them, which is, and now we need to do 2 to 4 more years of chemo